Welcome to this new lecture, which is also a current affair topic, or it is not still implemented, that is fiscal council. Why is there a need of fiscal council in India? What is the reason behind it? And what are the economical terms that we have to understand those fiscal concept? Those aspects, those all the topics and basic terms we will see in this lecture. Okay, let us move forward. So what is fiscal deficit? First we have to understand what exactly this fiscal deficit is, what is revenue deficit. Okay, so the difference between the total income and expenditure of the government. So what is total income? Whatever the government is earning, okay, like government is spending on creation of the assets. What are the expenditure government is creating, like giving subsidies and all. So those aspects, taking care of those aspects, we will see the total income and expenditure of the government. So if you want to calculate deficit, the expenditure will be larger and the revenue will be lesser. Okay, it is similarly like you are earning rupees 100 and you are spending rupees 200. Okay, so what will be your deficit? Rupees 100 is your deficit. It means you are spending more than your earning. Okay, similar concept happen with the government, and this the same example is given here. The borrowing is not included in it. So income will be the taxes and non-debt capital. So see, whatever the borrowing you will consider in this fiscal deficit, like what government has borrowed, what has been expended, so in those terms we will take the income of the taxes, like the tax, like income that the government is taking from our taxes, like people are paying from their salary tax to the government, like 10% of their income or 30% of their income, or doing in the business, then they have to pay some taxes. So tax part is the revenue of the government, and plus non-debt capitals. What is non-debt capitals? That is disinvest, like such as those capitals, like by selling the asset, like government has acquired a property. There is a one house, government has acquired one property, and now government need money. Okay, so now government will disinvest this property in the market. Okay, and the money generated by selling that property in the market will be called as disinvestment, divestment. Okay, so that will be called as non-debt capital. Like it is not will come in the debt part of the earning of the capital of the government. So there is two sections, like revenue and capital. When you go for the fiscal deficit term, so there will be two terms. That will be one revenue part, from revenue you are getting, and other will be your capital part. In revenue also there will be some revenue expenditure, then will be some capital expenditure. Okay, so the government always aim to make fiscal deficit to the minimum. Okay, and government always want that revenue deficit should always be zero. So it means what, like everybody take is, like you have 100 rupees, you are earning 100 rupees, so maximum you should spend 100 rupees. So what will happen? You will be have deficit 0, so you will not have any liability on you. Okay, so liability will be 0, so that will make government to not come under pressure, and so that government will make more planning as per the coming future. Okay, so this is what this line is saying, like government always want the revenue deficit should always be 0, but this is not the actual scenario. Right now we are tolerating 3% of the GDP, that fiscal deficit should be, we can tolerate 3% of the GDP. Okay, and how we can say that 3% of the GDP only we can tolerate, not 5%, not 10%, not 20%. Okay, it means what, 3% will be burden on the government. Just take it as in this way. Why 3%? The reason behind the 3% is that the expenditure, like if the government is like suppose in this year, like suppose in the year 2019, government has spended rupees 300 in buying a land, okay, or let us suppose in 300 in construction of a highway, okay. What will happen? And government earning is only rupees 100 by the taxes and non-debt capital taxes, revenue and all, okay. What will happen? What is happening? That this highway is the expenditure of the government, but it is a creation of an asset, okay. So at last this will return the money to the government in the form of taxes or in the toll taxes. If like let us suppose if there is not a private player is coming, so it may happen like government will apply the toll tax, or they will let us suppose by the making by the construction of a highway, many trucks or the transportation will follow this route, and due to this the earning of the government will increase, okay. So in this way government is considering, we consider 3% of the GDP we can tolerate, because in the 3%, because whatever the expenditure has been made, it is not always like it has expended like all the money has been expended in giving subsidies. Like if when the government gives subsidy to poor people, it is not like it will give a creation of asset. It is not creating an asset. It is just a burden government is spending as a subsidy to the poor people to make revive from their condition, like from their poor condition, from the poverty. Like government is trying to revive them from the poverty, but it is not a creation of an asset. But when the government used to spend the money on the creation of an asset, that will be termed as your revenue part only, but after some period of time. So it will return money after a period of time. It will act as your investment, okay. That's why government used to tolerate up to 3% of the GDP, okay. Now if we see now for this year, that is for 2020, COVID situation has come. What happened? Government said this time we will tolerate up to 4.7% or 4.5%, that is 4.6%. that government said. Earlier, as normally we were tolerating 3% of the GDP of fiscal deficit, okay. Now due to this COVID, this is a natural thing, like this is a god of act, this is not under our control. So this time we will tolerate up to 4.6% of the GDP, that is deficit we can face 4.6%, okay. Now again in the month of in the end of August or in the starting of September, government is claiming that now we will tolerate up to 7% of the GDP. See, it means what? Earlier 3%, okay, we will see that you have some creation of asset is there, we will tolerate it. Now they have said like we will move to the 4.6%, okay. Now we will move to the 7%. What is this? This will ultimately make the government come in pressure in coming period of time, okay. If the situation does not revive, this will again increase, and if you are changing the figure every time, this create a confusion in the mind of the public, okay. So there is a need of institution that will check all these number that are given by the government, and they will question the government that why are you giving such a figure that will confuse the public. Just give an exact figure or just give a round of figure so that your data will not fluctuate in 1 or 2 months. earlier you were saying like 3% is okay, now it is 4.6%, and now again you have given a data of 7%. Okay, so in this scenario also fiscal council will check over the government, will see that this data exact figure should be presented to our public. That's the main motive if we see with this concept. Okay, and one more thing, like if you are giving if you are taking more loan and loan to survive our economy, or if you are by creation of an asset, then what will happen? Like suppose one more thing I will explain here, that as I said, like for the 3% we can tolerate. Why? We are spending on the creation of an asset, like we are creating highways and all. Okay, why not 10% we should spend on creation of an asset? What is the reason behind it 10% if we spend on the creation of an asset? The reason behind it 10% of creation asset, that will be a huge amount, and it will be a very difficult to return all the money by the government, and not only that, money with an interest you have to return. For that, the best example is your Hambantota port of Sri Lanka. That Hambantota port was constructed. Sri Lanka asked like we have to create port. Okay, China said we will create the port, Hambantota port. Okay, Hambantota port was created by the China, was constructed by the China. Okay, after that China said now I want my money back, whatever I have expended. Sri Lanka said I don't have the money, what should I do? Then China said okay, give this Hambantota port for the lease to me, to the China, for the 99 years. What happened? This automatically went to the another country, and this was a strategy of the China. China had a policy, China had this kind of policy, that give a money whatever, like huge money, so he will spend, and after that he will ask the money that give my return money, and he knows that this money will not be returned by that country, so after that he will occupy that country for a particular period of time. Okay, so that's why we can't spend lots of money in the creation of assets. So ultimately what will happen, government will come under pressure and he won't be able to pay that money. For that again the government have to send his send their asset, that is divestment. Okay, so I hope you understand this fiscal deficit concept. Okay, now we'll see revenue expenditure. Like revenue expenditure is that don't think that revenue expenditure is whatever the money is spent in collecting the money. No, revenue expenditure is that expenditure of the government where creation of an asset has not been taken place. Okay, where the creation of asset is not going on. In capital expenditure there will be creation of an asset. Okay, so when receipt decreases, it means when your receipt or receipt, two pronunciation is for it, so receipt. Okay, so when receipt, like when your revenue decreases, okay, like when your salary decreases and when your expenditure increases, that is when you are spending the money increases and when your salary decreases, what will happen? Your fiscal deficit will increase. Okay, this is a common logic, common thing. Okay, so what government used to do, that PSUs, like government of properties, so which are making profit, and when they transfer their profit to the government will be called as dividend. There is a one term, I will just explain a small term, then I will tell you the reason behind the explaining those terms. Okay, so what is exactly is dividend? Where you will in newspaper and all you will see more time that dividend term. What is dividend? What is profit? Okay, so dividend is nothing but another term of profit which is used by the public sector units when those public sector units make some profit and they transfer that profit only will be called as a dividend for the government, and when that profit is transferred to the government as a profit, that profit will be called as a dividend. Okay, nothing, this is a profit and another term of profit that is generated by the PSUs, public sector units, to the government and that will be termed as the dividend one. Okay, now we will see what is surplus and all. Okay, so just take an example that recently government has asked LIC, everybody you know that life insurance corporation, to buy the IDBI bank. Okay, and since IDBI bank is owned by the government, then what will happen that when LIC will earn, when LIC will earn the profit, it will give money to the government only. Okay, so this will the revenue part, this will be the revenue one. Earlier but the autonomy is being snatched by the government, and now government is entering into it. Recently one news also came about LIC that government has asked to sell some asset to the private players also. Okay, so these are another concept, like is it beneficial, like selling of the product to the private players, like railway we are introducing private players in the railway also. So will it benefit or not, these things we will see in separate lecture. Okay, so now earlier RBI maintains huge treasury. Okay, earlier you have seen that recently 3-4 months there was lots of debate going on news channels, like government has started taking the money from the RBI, and RBI governor was against it, that no, it should not be like that, it should be kept in the RBI, that will help in an unfavorable circumstances for the country, which are kept for unfavorable situation for the country. So what government has said, that why are you maintaining such a huge treasury and you are not using it? Why you are maintaining like huge gold collection, money, dollars and all? Why? What is the reason behind it when we are not getting used, when we are not using it in this COVID situation, in this main economical crisis situation? So it is like government said that there is no need to maintain such a huge treasury and to transfer some profit to the government. He asked like that, now transfer some profit to the government so that government will use in reviving the economy. Okay, so see, don't take like I am against the government or I am talking about the favor of the government. I am just telling the fact. What are the fact will be there. I will give you many things also where the favor of the government will present, and many things will be given where the against the government will be present. It is actually by the fact. What is the fact is presented, I am giving my opinion. Okay, so there is no need to maintain such huge treasury. Transfer the money to the government. Okay, so that we will revive the economy. So now RBI transfers some profit to the government, which is called surplus. Okay, so now here your term was one dividend, now here your term was surplus. So dividend is those profit that is given by the PSUs, and the profit given by the RBI to the government, that will be called as your surplus. Okay, similarly in this ways government asked that Power Finance Corporation, PFC, this is also a PSU, had lots of cash, and so the government is saying there is a one similarly government has asked Power Finance Corporation, PFC, a PSU, had lots of cash. So they have said that by the Rural Electrification Corporation. What will you do that by collection of such a huge tax? By that Rural Electrification Corporation. And PFC said government said like, okay, I will give you the promotion, just buy that Rural Electrification Corporation and help those in reviving it, or spend those money to in that sector. So what will happen is that they will get the promotion, and ultimately PFC dividend, what will happen when the PFC will buy the Rural Electrification Corporation, when PFC has bought the electrification corporation, the money, that dividend will go to whom? That dividend will go to the government. Okay, see, now what is the problem in this one? What exactly is the problem? See, government is generating money. Okay, we are coming in the government is getting the money, fiscal deficit will reduce. Okay, this is fine, but what will happen in the future? Every time you are selling your product, you are selling your land, you are selling your asset for the creation of for the generation of a revenue, you are buying another thing. You are taking the money from the RBI that was kept for some unfamiliar situation or some emergency situation for the country, and now you are taking money from all those things by your own choice because you are the owner for it. So what will happen in the future if some unfavorable circumstances will come, like more danger situation like COVID, after COVID situation, we don't know what will happen. So who will regulate it? Who checks the government that no, you should not take money from this one RBI? If you are taking this money, these points, these things, issue will be generated because of your selling your asset, because of buying of asset, because of asking the another PSUs to join with the another PSUs. You are minimizing all those things. Okay, so who will check it? There should be an institution that will not come under the government, that will check independently all those aspects, and they will give the data to the public. They will give the recommendation to the government that no, you should not do it. This will ultimately hit you back. Government will not survive after this one. Okay, every time you are selling an asset, like if you like in village area, you will see that alcoholic person, when they stopped earning, they will used to selling their land property, that heretical properties that they have get from your ancestors. They start selling the land. Okay, right now you are selling the land, you have get 20 lakh 50 lakhs money after selling that asset. But what will you do after that asset will finish? After that money will finish, that 20 lakh you will finish, what will you do? Right now only you are not doing any job, and after that you are after that whatever you have the asset, you sold it. Okay, the same thing government is doing here. Okay, so there must be some office, some council that will check all those things. Okay, so this is also one of the reason for fiscal council in India. Okay, so that's why it is saying that it is a highly unsustainable practice. It is not a sustainable practice, and for this we need fiscal council to control these kind of practices. Okay, as I have said, the earlier fiscal deficit was 3%. Then government said we will check for the 4.6%. Now government is saying 7%. Why there is a need of so much fluctuation in the data? Many of the economics, many of the experts will saying like it will increase to the 10% or 7% or 8%. From starting you are giving a fake data, 4.6% or 3% or 7%. Now you are giving 7%. So for this thing also fiscal council will come into play. Okay, right now the condition of the government is that he is not accepting the problem in the public domain. Okay, the solution will come when you accept the problem. Don't take it that I am talking against the government. Government is doing well. All the in the world, all the country has been hit, but they have spended lots of money in the public domain and they are reaching to the public. Now I will give you how government has created an illusion of giving the money to the needy and saying like government is expending lots of money to the public domain, but it is not actually like that. In France, government has actually spending money on the public to revive them, but here it is not the similar condition in India. Okay, so we will see what is that situation. So what are the mandates to fiscal council to do? What are the needs for the fiscal council to do? Okay, so fiscal council will be to review, analyze and evaluate the government policies. Whatever the government policy is introducing, they will review it, analyze it and evaluate it. Okay, they will review macroeconomic projections, that is estimate and review the government projections. Like they will say like no, this time we will get 3% of fiscal deficit of the GDP. Now we will say 4.6% of the GDP. Now 7% of the GDP. So these data they will see in the macroeconomics with the projects one. Like they will check all those data, they will analyze all those data, and it will look into costing of the policies. Like if a government is introducing some policy, how much cost it will take for introduction of policy, how much cost will it generate, and how much cost it will be earned or spent as an expenditure. Okay, and it will further recommend that the required alternatives, like what is the alternative for it. So I will give you example here, such as now this time when the GST was introduced, there was a need of, it was a I think it was it came under the money bill. I'm not sure, it was under the money bill. Okay, so there is another concept for the money bill. So in this GST, there was a need, implementation of a GST, there was a need of ratification by the state. Okay, and in that ratification for the passing of the bill of the GST, the state gave that the central government told that if you lost because of the GST for the coming 5 years, now I think it was extended, but I'm not sure, like 5 years was there. So if you lost because of introduction of GST, because it is a new policy, the compensation will be provided by the government. Okay, there was two aspects, there was cess also, there was compensation also. So just take the compensation part. The compensation will be provided by the government to the state in order to overcome that, fulfill that loss to the state. Okay, but now earlier also government hadn't didn't pay those loss, and now government is saying we don't have a money, we won't pay it, we can't pay the compensation. Why? Because it is an act of God, we can't pay, we don't have a money to pay it. So here the fiscal council, if fiscal council was there, then fiscal council will check it. Fiscal council will check all those money with the central government. Fiscal council will check and say, will tell, no, the government have money right now, you can compensate the states, or you can compensate about 20%, 50% of the states. Or it can say, yeah, fiscal council will check, yeah, no, this is an act of God and you don't have a money, you exactly don't have a money, so that should be that compensation will not be paid. So for this one, fiscal council should come into play, that they will check like whether the government is telling right or not, because many times government hide those things, hide the policies drawback from the public domain. Okay, so similarly it has said like now central is saying that we can't pay the compensation that was promised to under the GST losses. So if such council is there, it will evaluate and take required action as the suggestions. Such council is means that is your fiscal council. Okay, and such as earlier government said that 3.5% and 4.8% of the GDP, but now government is saying that 7%. So these kind of fluctuations will be checked by the council, and they will ask the government to tell the exact figure to the public. Okay, I have repeated this many a times. And such as under costing of policy, let us take this one now, Atmanirbhar project. When government introduced, our PM came and said like we are spending that percent of 10% of our GDP or 20% of our GDP, and we will give that money to the people under the Atmanirbhar project. Nirmala Sitharaman also came, our finance minister, and spent all those things. Now what is the logic behind it? Here you will see the difference between the France and our country implementation in reviving the economy. See, in the Atmanirbhar project, government claimed to give huge amount of money, such as 20,000 crore or 10,000 crore or 5,000 crore, whatever the money was. I will not claim it. Okay, it was around 10,000 government has said, but when came in the public domain, it came to say like, it is 5,000 crore or it is 10,000 crore. These data were fluctuating. So just take a random figure that between this there is some figure that government said we will pay, we are going to give this money to the public in reviving their business. Okay, so but they will but how they will give, here is a catch. Okay, how they will give? They are giving the money to the bank, not to the people, for the MSME loans. Okay, that medium small enterprises and all. So they are not giving money directly to the people, they are giving money to the bank, and only on the condition when the loan will turn into NPA, non-performing asset. See, whenever you take a loan, okay, let us suppose that I have taken a course from an institution as a loan, okay. So or let us suppose a company has been started and I have taken a loan for starting the company as suppose 10 lakh, okay. But there is a tendency in the people to pay back the loan. So what will happen? These people will pay back the loan 100 lakh to the bank, okay. So the people will pay back the money. Actually they have the tendency to pay back the money to the bank. Government is saying when that company, that MSME sector will not pay the money, then I will come, then I will give you that money. So it means exactly government is not giving the money, only 50% or 60% or 40% money will go in the reviving the economy. So it is also a policy that is confusing, or that is giving a false information in the public. So these kind of policy will be checked by the fiscal council. They will come, they will check, no, this policy has some drawback, you have to tell these things in the public domain. You directly came and said like, no, we are spending this amount of money in the public for reviving the economy, but exactly it is not like that. So as I said, so here what the government has done, it created a sense of fiscal stimulus. We'll call it sense of fiscal stimulus, that we will pay that money, but exactly it is not going on. So to show the public that, see, I am spending that X amount of reviving the GDP, but it is not actually not the same case as it has represented by the government. This kind of policy should also be checked. Thus there is a need of counsel for that. In this example, government is acting as a guarantor. When that person will not pay the money, then I will give you the money to the bank. So here the government is acting as a guarantor. So fiscal council, as I said, that fiscal council will recommend the alternatives. Like if fiscal council will be there, it will check the policies, it will further recommend the alternatives. So if you see the alternative here, the government is, that guarantor is acting as an alternative, but their policy, you haven't explained the policy in the public domain. It was like a fiscal stimulus, okay. It created just an illusion. In the above example, only when the government is providing guarantee to the bank will be called as an alternative, as I have said right now, okay. I think you have understand this mandate for the fiscal council, and it will come in the coming future. So what are the important aspects of fiscal council? So first aspect, it should be independent and non-elected body, okay. It should be independent and non-elected body. It should be free from the government should not interfere it. If it comes under the government, then they will not say anything against the government policy, because their promotion and salary will be completely dependent upon the government, okay. So the first important point for the fiscal council, that it should be independent and non-elected body, and it should not come under the government, so that criticism will be made openly and independently, and there will be no point to create the council if it is not an independent body. If it is not an independent body, then why we are creating fiscal council? Then the same thing the government will do, then the same thing will be repeated by the fiscal council. Fiscal council will always say, yeah, no, government is doing the right thing, this is the right policy, yeah, this is the COVID situation, we can't do anything, we can't pay the GST money or the compensation to the state. No, it should be an independent body, okay. And it will be ensuring the transparency in the budget, such as there are many times policies being failed and not coming in the public domain. Many times what will happen, a policy has been introduced by the government, when policy introduced in the government, when it get failed, just they put it in a dustbin and public is not being aware of it, okay. And many times postponement of target used to take place. Like in the same way, Right now we have a 3% GDP fiscal deficit. Then we have postponed that no, our target will revive to the 4.5%. Now it has been again changed, that is changed into 7%. So this postponement of target should not happen. It should be that expert should be there who will check it, the target given by the government. No settlements of the bill, that GST compensation. Nirmala Sitharaman, our finance minister said that it is an act of God, so we can't give the money. And state is claiming that center is not standing on its promise. So what will happen in coming days? If the center will promise something that just pass this bill, I will give you that compensation, or I will help you, the next time state will not believe on the government. So that's why there should be a council who will check all those things. Like suppose attorney general is there, so attorney general is also who? Attorney general is under the government. He is an agent of the government. He is not under the Constitution of India, or not under the Constitution of the legislation. So his salary is paid by the government. So what the government will do, he will tell in the favor of the government only. Okay, as he is paid by the government. So he is the employee of the government and paid by them only, not by the constitution of the parliament. So sometimes off budget financing takes place, RBI surplus and PSU sales or divestment. So this was something which was not due. This was created by the government out of the bag. They are creating all those things, and this is not a good policy under a long run. Yeah, currently you are getting the money, currently you will sell the land, you will get the money, but in the coming future it will help you in the, like, you can run business on that, and on the same land you will generate the money. And right now what you will do, if you sell the land, you will get the money, and ultimately it will replenish after some period of time. You won't have money after that. So that's why this is not a good policy for a long run, and it will ultimately affect the governance. And it will create awareness regarding the policies of the government to the public. So it will also be rule based consensus organization, and it will act as a watchdog for the public money. Okay, so it will act as a watchdog, like it will check all those policies and council by the government only. Okay, so just as a quick overview, so I will give you a quick overview for this one. So the context was that the article discussing the need of Fiscal Council of India. Definition of a fiscal council: so it is an independent fiscal institution with a mandate to promote the stable and sustainable public finances. It is a permanent agency with mandate to independently access the government fiscal plans and projection against the parameters of the macroeconomic sustainability and put out its finding in the public domain. Background was this one: it was the first recommended by the 13th Finance Commission and endorsed by the 14th Finance Commission, FRBM, Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Responsibility Act, FRBM Act. So review committee will be by NK Singh committee. FRBM Act I will say in the another lecture. Okay, that is NK Singh committee in the FRBM Act. So according to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, about 50 countries around the world have established fiscal council with varying the degrees of success. So it has been already implemented in various countries. Now it is demand in our country India. And fiscal council mandate, as I said, fiscal sustainability analysis should be there. As per the FRBM committee, fiscal council mandate will be provided. Independent assessment of the central government fiscal performance and compliance of the fiscal rules. Suitable changes to the fiscal strategy to ensure the consistency of the annual finance statement. Steps to improve the quality. All these things that I have said, like financial statement will be checked, like whatever the government is giving, whether it is correct or not. It will check all those aspects. Whatever the data is giving, they will able to achieve it or not, well those target will be achieved or not. So annual fiscal strategy report, which will be released publicly, they will release the publicly all these in the public domain. Need for fiscal council: so for the current year, even without any additional fiscal stimulus is like giving fake figure, like it is just creating an illusion kind of things, like yeah, we will achieve those data, but reality is not like that. So the fiscal deficit is estimated about now 7% of GDP as against 3.5% estimated in the budget due to sharp decline in the revenues. The consolidated deficit of union and state could be as high as 12% of the GDP, and the overall debt could be up to 85%. Also, yeah, one more thing, in the COVID situation right now we are getting that we have minus 23% GDP. Okay, but here our agriculture helped. in those data. If agriculture was not in the right position, then we will get the data about the 70% or 80%, minus 70% or 80% of the GDP. We will get that minus 70% or 80% GDP of our country. Okay, so this is the thing. These are the aspects that we have to look on, and these things will be given by the fiscal council. And agriculture, it was not like that agriculture has done something very great. As the agriculture was earlier 3% of the GDP or 3.5%, some data was there. I have to say it. Let us suppose there was X% of the GDP was agriculture. This time also was the same data. It has not been moved ahead. It has not been improved. It has not been declined. But for the other sector like manufacturing and all, completely declined. Okay. So why India needs a fiscal money? I have given all the reasons. So estimates provided by the Council to program and assessment could help in raising public awareness about their fiscal implementation and make people understand the nature and budgetary constraint. Costing of various policies will be checked. What their cost is there exactly, will it be, is it a true figure or not? And it will prevent the government from gaming the fiscal rules through creating creative accounting. This is most important term. So if you use this line in your exam, will very good. And one more thing I want to make sure, never criticize the government in the exam. If you want to criticize, just use a soft word and soft terms. Never write against the government in your exam, either your UPSC or SSC, whatever your exam you are giving. Never criticize the government. If you want show criticism, just give a soft term and give it like, yeah, no, in the government is doing the right way, every policies is there, like every policies have some challenges and we will overcome in the coming future. Write in that way, not write like the no, just the government has implemented GST without looking anything, just giving its own political agenda and all. No, not write all those things. Okay. And fiscal council is an important institution needed to be complement the rule based fiscal policy. Of course it is not a silver bullet, but if there is no political will, the institution will be less effective, and if there is a political will, there is a need of such an institution. Okay, so this was something fiscal policy was there. This is something in fiscal policy. I hope you understand all those concepts, all the economical terms. Okay, so if there is any doubt, I have given in the description. Go and ask your doubt there. Okay, thank you.